And welcome back. We are getting close to the end of this adventure, my friends. Dane and Calvin have successfully found coordinates to the dark side of Hyrul's Truce, where we don't know what is there. But the Cat's Paw informant that we had on Hyrul's Truce gave us coordinates to the dark side, and they're about to embark upon a little jaunt to the dark side of this Hyrul's Truce, which is a tidally locked planet. And so, Dane and Calvin, I'll let you take it away.
All right, and we were just on the approach.
So who's piloting the ship?
Oh, I think we've established Jaina. Jana.
Okay, so Jana's piloting the ship.
Jana's flying. Jana has also been strangely quiet the entire time for somebody who did not stop talking more or less the entire flight from Makator Rex to here.
So, as you are flying, it takes you approximately 2 hours with pretty good piloting skills. But as you get close to the coordinates that you see, you are approaching what looks to be like cliffs. Like cliffs of Dover attached to it like a giant mountain. So like a mountain is like at the edge of the coordinates, and you can actually see a small landing pad where the coordinates actually are, and you can see small emergency lights that are lit up. You are actually pretty impressed that you can find them, because they would only be visible to someone up close, and you are getting pretty close now. So it's a fairly small spot, but it is a precarious landing position, so I am going to ask you to make a piloting check, Calvin. So what is your piloting?
Piloting?
Yeah, do you have piloting?
What piloting? No.
You don't
what basic? No, I don't. What basic is that? Listen, I was infantry. The flyboys are a completely different school. We do not talk about them. We do not like them. No, I'm kidding.
I believe it's agility, but I'll double check that really quick. Double checking.
Okay, well, I have 3 of those.
Okay, that might do it. I'm just double checking to make sure that I'm actually correct here. Agility. I'm correct. Yep. Piloting is agility.
Okay.
So 3 greens.
Okay, so I roll just 3 greens?
You roll 3 greens, and it's an average check, so I'm gonna do this for you.
Okay.
And do I need to give you a setback die? And I'm going to allow you to make that decision yourself.
I'm hyper-focused right now.
Okay.
Like every single, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's up to you if you still consider it setback, but Jada's mind is nowhere but flying the ship.
Okay, and because of your focus, you managed to successfully land on the landing pad, and without any issues. But you definitely are like, Jesus take the wheel sort of, like, holy shit, did I just do that sort of moment. Like you just managed to land on this very small landing pad that barely fits the ship that you have. So congratulations. So you both, do you want some time to prepare before you embark?
No, I think we should probably just get a move on.
All right, so
yeah, Jana's good. Jana is good with that. Jana is absolutely fine to get a move on and do things and action, and no talking, absolutely no talking at all.
So you both make your way out of the ship, and it's like frigid here. It's very cold, but tolerable. It's like the coldest that humans can really tolerate without like getting frostbite. It's uncomfortably cold, and
I've got my helmet on.
Mm-hmm.
It's helping, but yeah, it's still very, very cold.
Yeah, you both have enough gear in that ship to be able to kit yourself out with whatever materials you need to not freeze your butt off, or tail, or whatever you are, Dane, whatever. And so you come out of the ship, and you're on a platform that is suspended above what, as far as you can tell, an abyss. It is very dark here. You can barely see 5 feet in front of you, but thankfully you have little flashlights that you can see things. But you shine your flashlight into the abyss, and
mine is attached to my gun. Is attached to my gun.
So you kind of look over the edge with your gun, and it's just the flashlight. You see the beam for a little bit, but then just nothing. And you continue your way along the path that leads to the main part of it, and the sheer wall of the facility. And you see that there is a door that is closed, and there's a small terminal to the right of it. And it seems that there's a steel metal sort of look to it, and it looks like a hangar size, and there's just a small door to like the lowest right part of it. And so it looks like a big ship could fly out of this if needed, but right now you can only really access the one door that's in front of you.
All right, I'll fall in behind Jana for this. I sense that she's in all business mode, and so she should take point.
Yeah. Also, don't the Shikrai like fly through space regularly, so cold is like not a big deal? Or do they also have like environment suits for that?
They have environment suits for that.
Well, also keep in mind that space doesn't have heat transfer. So you wouldn't actually feel cold in space.
That's true. This has wind.
Yes, there's air here, and so there's heat transfer, and it's cold.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, the good news is that the uniform I'm wearing was meant to withstand temperatures of absolutely ridiculous amounts, because drop trooper, you get fired in through the atmosphere sometimes at high orbit. So yeah.
All right. So what are you doing?
So I'm going up to the door. I'm pointing my gun around everywhere, and then I'm looking for any like controls or things like that.
There is a small terminal to the right of the door.
I'm covering Jana and occasionally checking behind as well.
All right, so who's going to interact with this terminal? So, Jana, you're going.
Yeah, I can try that. So I'm just gonna like.
Do you have? You don't have computers, do you? You don't have computers.
Nope.
So you see a little interface, and you can try your best to get through it. It seems to be in a language that you're unfamiliar with, but has fairly straightforward like instructions. So as far as you can tell, it's still hard. So it's like average. So let's see what happens. Somehow God. So Jana just kind of presses some random keys. And gets locked out a couple times, but after a little bit of time, manages to get the door open without any further issues. And that's all I'm telling you. So the door opens with a small hiss, and you there's a little hallway that leads in to pure darkness.
Okay. Then Jana says the first word she said since the alleyway with the lizards, and she goes, "Well, that's ominous."
Indeed. Shine my light into the doorway.
So again, there doesn't seem to be anything in this hallway.
Jana takes a coin out of her thing, one ori, and throws it as far as she can down the hallway.
So just let's just have you make a. Are you definitely doing it, or are you like throwing it with all your might?
No, no, all of it. So it's probably like an athletics, like a brawn check or something like that.
Okay, so what's your brawn?
My athletics is rank 1, so it's yellow-green.
Okay, yep, yellow-green. Let's see.
I'm going to assume like javelin in college or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so you get 1 success and 2 advantages. So you chuck that ori pretty hard to a point where you hear it hit something metallic at the end of the hallway. Possibly another wall. But you can't tell. It's pretty far. But you chuck that thing pretty hard.
Well,
without thinking, I and without turning around, I asked Carrick, Penny, for your thoughts. And then I realized he would have absolutely no idea what that means, and I say, never mind.
So you both are going to walk down this hallway?
Yeah, I'll keep my bow trained as we're walking, just kind of the needle bow.
All right. So as you walk down the hallway, you see there's a little coin on the ground in front of you, and it's just the end of the hallway, and it splits into 2 different ways. You have the way to the left, which then kind of curves a little bit to the right, and then the one to the right has a door, and you can see that there's a little like a little window pane, and inside looks to be like a living quarters area if you shine your light through it.
Does there appear to be any way off of the living quarters other than the door that we're standing at?
I'm sorry.
Looking into the living quarters, is there anywhere further to go from the living quarters?
It does not appear to have anything else, no.
I motion to Jana in here first.
And
yeah, so I just follow him.
So you both open this door and you come into the living quarters, and you see a couple like old data pads kind of scattered around, and very clearly old, dusty, and abandoned long ago. And you see some beds. You also see a couple desks and a couple terminals that seem to have a small like amount of power going to them, but that's all you see.
Well, I'm gonna see if I can't get one of these terminals to boot up.
Okay, so you know what that means. Computers! But this is again, it's hard, but like you can probably get a bonus because you've seen it go through it before. So let's see what happens. Only a threat, so you managed to just lock yourself out completely. So that's the terminal locks down and
more angry squawking.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Anything else?
You mentioned that there were data pads also.
Looking for like.
There are a couple data pads.
Yeah.
So I
have picked one up. I'm investigating it.
All right, so we're gonna do another computers check.
Oh my god.
Do you want to use a story point to like understand how this works? You're welcome to.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
This is an easy
That's
one.
okay.
You get a bonus. Here we go. Ooh. Okay. So you managed to boot this thing up, and the screen is dim and dusty, but you managed to make out that it seems to be a scientist's log of some sort. and it talks about a device that can create a concentrated stream of quantum mass particles that travel from Hyrule Truce, and you can kind of see a little animation that expands outwards. And it shows kind of like the width of it, and it actually encompasses a good portion of the galaxy.
Like, how far are we talking? Like, from Hyrule's Truce all the way to Rex?
Yeah, past it even. So it takes up a good third, if not more, of the galaxy.
And all right.
So it's just, all you really know though is that you see this cool little animation of a expanding thing of quantum mass particles.
So the map goes up to full. Jana says, "That's cute," and now is examining it, looking for any like particular. She's like trying to touch the particles.
So let's try this again. And D and D and D. I'm just gonna do this again. See what happens. Nothing. But what does happen is that you manage to like accidentally bump something, and you find a note. Like you just touch a spot, and a note kind of pops up that describes the selection of Hyrule's Truce. It was chosen due to lacking any native life, making it an ideal site for such experimentation.
What do you make of this, Jana?
Sorry, quick timeout, because I kind of missed what Ian said because the internet cut out. Can Ian repeat that one more time?
Sure. So the note that you found describes the selection of the planet of this planet that you're on. It was chosen because it had a lack of life, and made an ideal experimentation location. Did you get it that time?
Yeah, okay. So we'll go back to what Carrick said. Carrick says, yeah, he got it that time. Then Carrick says, like, what do you make of this, Jana? And I'm like, oh, I do not like that word, experimentation. That is not a good word.
No, it's not. The implication that lack of life was a benefit is also concerning.
And so you both are just kind of standing there in this room, and you hear a low rumbling, kind of like shake the whole facility.
Oh, good. Mm-hmm. Is it coming from outside or from within?
You can't really tell. The whole room kind of just like hums, like it's. Like, you can kind of feel it in your bones more than anything.
Unsettling. I'm going to start moving back towards the hallway.
Okay. And so, as you move back towards the hallway,
Jana, I do want to emphasize that that Jana still has her gun like up the entire time.
Mm-hmm. On guard. Excellent. So you make your way back into the hallway from whence you came, and you continue forward, hooking a right, and you see another door, and you see that this room is lit up. You can tell that there's like an energy blue glow that is emanating from the windows. You can't really tell much because you're a little bit far away from it, but you can see that there is definitely light coming from behind this door.
Can I make a perception check to kind of determine if I feel like anybody other than us has passed through this particular hallway recently?
That would probably be a hard perception check, but yes, you can.
Right. yellow green.
That's it?
Yep. Regrettably.
And it's dark here, so setback die. And you cannot tell. You get a threat and a fail, so that means nothing. You learn nothing, and that's it. I'm just there's something else that I'm saving those threats for. So, thanks. So you are now right in front of the door, and what would you like to do? Well, I guess you can peek in. So you peek in, and you actually see that this device, it's a device chamber of some sort. You see glowing pillars of what appear to be energy kind of around the room. They're kind of glowing in this soft blue color. And the floors and walls consist of plates of strange metal mounted on mechanisms that can shift to change the alignment of whatever thing is in here. And you can tell that two of the pillars are a lot brighter than the other three. And in the center of the room, there is like a central console, it looks like, and there's a lot of stuff kind of blocking your view of the center console, and you can't exactly see what's there.
Shauna, I don't know what any of this is, but there is nothing good that can come of the L1Z1X having access to this level of tech.
And yeah, Jonah's like, mm-hmm.
I'm gonna reach forward and open the door.
Calvin? You were about to say something, Calvin?
Yes. No, I was not.
Oh, okay.
No, I was not.
I'm sorry. I thought you were going to say something. Okay. So you, Carrick does open the door and enters. Dane?
Yep.
Okay. So Carrick opens the door and he goes in, and Jaina is still kind of probably hiding out behind the door, kind of peeking in with her gun just in case. And as you kind of get into the room proper, you can kind of see the center console a lot better, and you see a metallic figure standing in front of what is clearly the main console, control console, and it is flanked by 4 other people behind him, working on one of the coils.
Oh dear.
And the figure turns and gets closer to you, so you can actually see the tall figure that is what is clearly an L1Z1X. The L1Z1X stands approximately 7 feet tall, looks frighteningly robotic, with what looks to be any flesh that is left decaying. And he trains his cold optics on you, raising 2 cybernetic limbs in a grim stance, saying, "Welcome, Caleris. I've been expecting you. I am 109XY. You hunt the enemies of the Galactic Council. Ignorantly, ineffectively, but you do see the threats within your capacity. They are enemies to our mind net also, but only we accurately comprehend their danger."
Sorry. I'm very sorry. My internet did cut out at the start of this, but he's delivering this amazing speech. Jana has opened fire.
Oh, Jesus. Just straight up open fire. So I need everyone to make initiative checks. You're just straight up firing on the L1Z1X. Okay. So he's monologuing. And you just straight up try to murk him. Great. Okay, so Jana opens fire, and we're going to... again, we all need to make initiative checks really quick, but you do get your first check off fine, because it was not expected.
2 success, 2 advantage on my initiative.
Okay. Well,
Calvin, I was like
my
a quarter of a
initiative is
second away
decent.
from doing the exact same thing. I was like, if he says like 3 more words without leaving me any point to respond, I'm just gonna drop an entropic arrow right in the face.
All right. So, yep, you got that.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Ian, for taking away your
Oh, no.
dramatic speech.
No,
But like
no,
the
that's
moment
perfect.
that thing started talking, Jana's shooting.
All right. Great. So,
Yeah.
what did you all get?
2 advantage, 2 success.
Okay. Calvin.
The
For
best
those just joining us, yeah, I got 2 success for the
But that's it.
for the initiative. For those just joining us, Jana's unit was wiped out by the mine net. She is not happy. She's not a happy camper right now.
So this is a part of Genesis is that you have like
In fact,
Genesis has like agendas that you have to go through, and I think one of Jana's is literally eliminate the L1Z1X at all costs. So
yeah, it says she especially seeks opportunities for distinction and even revenge in action against the L1Z1X. So yeah.
And okay, so the way this is
she would also like to store. I'm so sorry. The internet is being.
No, that's fine. So
she would like to story point the shot as well.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. That will come to me. So the way that this will work is there is an adversary slot. Then both of you get to go. There's another adversary slot, and then a bonus action for the adversary himself. So good luck. But you do get your 1 shot off. So go ahead and make your thing. So what is? Let's do the dice roll on camera so we can actually see it. What's your shot that you're doing?
It was 2 yellow and 1 green normally.
Okay. And you are
then plus the story point plus whatever bonuses and whatever.
So you are definitely catching him flat-footed and by surprise, because he's monologuing. So he's not expecting you to like shoot him in the face.
I'm always monologuing.
And you are at. So this is kind of the device chamber that you can kind of see. So he's standing in the middle here. There are some other smaller units. Here we'll just. Let's see if I can bring it over here. So there's. I'm just going to make this one smaller. There we go. So these are the other L1Z1X that are here. So they're both kind of working over here like this. So you're at short range away from him. So you only need to roll a single purple die. So let's see what happens. Oh boy. So you've got 3 advantages to work with and 3 successes. And you're opening fire.
I critical. That's a critical if I get 2 advantages.
Oh, excellent. Okay, and you do have 1 advantage left, and you.
Yeah, and it's +1.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I could.
You could use one of the 1 last advantage to give Dane an additional bonus die when he starts attacking.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
So I'm just reading back off my stats. So it's 4 damage on a hit, +1 per uncancelled success. Critical for 2 advantages. Ignore 5 points of target soak.
Jesus, that's just insane. Let's go ahead and roll for your critical hit. It's a 32. I'm consulting the table, and okay. Well, interesting. You both are going to enjoy this. So, this sudden burst of fire takes 109XY completely by surprise because he didn't realize that there was another person behind the door. And you're going to end up getting a story point refunded to you. So,
ooh,
congratulations.
I like that.
So also, when critical hits happen, whatever dice roll we just did, if further critical hits happen, for every critical hit that has been taken, you add 10 to the result. So if anyone does another critical hit to this L1Z1X character, you're gonna add 10 to this, and it's gonna be a better result. So
I like it.
So he takes a bullet in the shoulder and is just like looks down, yells in like a battle rage, and immediately you can tell that the Winnu in the back start charging forward. And so he actually hit this battle charge, sends both of these two running at you. So actually Jana's over here kind of hiding behind the door. And the L1Z1X takes a fairly scary looking weapon out of his holster side here. I just need to pull up his stats really quick here.
Can we just pause for 1 second?
Sure.
I need to go and check on something. Okay. Right back.
Never monologue.
Never monologue.
Never
I
monologue.
love that. That was great.
It's such a bait for me. Anytime I'm in a game and a villain monologues, I'm just like, oh, I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it.
That's great. Okay. Oh boy, this is exciting.
Be right back.
Okay, coming back to say that. Hello.
Yeah.
Have we not got Dane?
Oh, Dane just briefly went somewhere, just really quick. What's going on?
Oh yeah, no, just real life stuff has come out. How much longer do you think we will be?
Not long at all. Maybe another 10-15 minutes.
Okay. Okay, that's fine then. Yeah, as long as we finish up in that time. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I am returned.
Okay. So I'll just explain again. So the Lazex recoils from his shot and pulls out a really mean-looking weapon and fires it straight at the door that he assumes just had a weapon fired at him. So you do have cover, so I'm going to he's going to take some hits on this for that, but he has 4 green, and one of them is going to become yellow because I am doing a story point for him. He is very angry, and he's firing his what looks like a giant pulse weapon, which is terrifying. And we'll see. He's at medium range, but
well, would you shoot this face? You can't shoot this face.
Oh.
No, he gets a disadvantage because I'm holding a cat.
All right, so this is the dice pool that he's rolling at you, Calvin. Boy.
Okay.
That's a whiff.
So he aims at the wrong door, and the door explodes. And
thank you, Kazarak.
and all that Jaina sees is the other door that she's not behind literally just get blasted right behind her down the hallway. And he screams in rage and books it to, strangely, this corner over here. These two, the two that the one that is right next to Carrick here, the coil is already lit up, and the one that is counterclockwise to the right, the farthest east one, is also lit up as well, and he's just gone to this area over here.
All right.
And so now it is one of your turns. So, Calvin, I know you were just dealing with Kazrek issues, but the L1Z1X moved from the control console. He hopped over it and is now tinkering with this coil.
Cool.
And it is now one of your turns.
I'll take a shot.
What are you shooting at? Because you've got two groups.
I also do the coordinate. Sorry, I also.
Oh, go ahead, Calvin.
I also use once per turn as a maneuver. Once per turn as a maneuver, you may use this talent to have 2 allies engaged with you at advantage to all combat checks until the end of my next turn. Which is, I had no maneuver for that action, so I'm just going to do that. Like I'm shouting to Carrick, like
So I have two advantage for this next
I'm not trying
attack,
to tell him what to do.
so far.
So there are actually, you have 2 player character slots. So that was actually a pre-combat shot that you did. So I allowed it because you spent a story point as well. Mm-hmm. So because you did that, that was not part of combat.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
you now both have consecutive turns.
I see. I understand. Okay. Cool.
But then you're going to have to deal with these 2 smaller groups of Winu that are starting to encroach on you. So
Great.
This one right here is in this area, and this one is here, and they're moving towards you. And you're still outside in the hallway here, Calvin, so you need to move in to get engaged with Carrick.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Carrick can go first.
All right. I want to adjust to get best line of sight on the L1Z1X.
Oh, you still have line of sight of him? Like there's
Perfect.
The console is not really blocking view of that anymore.
Right.
It's just a medium range attack if you do that.
Yep, totally fine. I'll use this. I'll use this one of our story points on this as well.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got a. Oh, I used a story point, so it actually needs to go away. Now this one comes back to me, so now we're good.
Yep.
All right.
Upgrading this shot, and also using one of my grav arrows.
All right, and you're targeting the L1Z1X specifically?
I am.
Okay. So he is. It's a medium shot, so let's go to the dice rolls. You've got 2 purples, and tell me what you got.
So it's actually going to be 3 purples because of the grav arrow.
Okay.
But it's also going to be 2 yellows and 2 greens, and then the boost that advantage you mentioned that I was going to do before.
One of the green to a yellow.
I did.
Yep. So that's the roll. So let's see what happens.
Oh, there is a boost die also. But...
Oh, I did not know that.
Well, it was just something you had said that I would have advantage on my next
That's
attack.
right. That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 successes.
All right.
No advantage though.
That's fine. I'm going to quantum quiver, so that one that's near me is also going to suffer the same amount of damage.
Oh, that's right. That's what this does.
Yep. So we're gonna split the arrow, and it's gonna hit both of them.
Oh wait, no, you don't have advantages now. You need 2 advantages to use that ability.
I thought I had like 3 advantages.
You had to add a boost. I had to add a boost die and had to reroll. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. So now you just have 3 successes.
Oh. Okay. I see how it is.
But the grav arrow does hit, and it successfully does the thing. So
Yep. Double damage. So.
And it ignores 6 points of soak, which is just ridiculous.
Or sorry, damage as normal, not double
yeah,
damage.
Damage is normal, but it's 3 damage plus what?
3 damage plus 3 damage.
Jesus, 6 damage straight to the face.
Yep.
And what's his soak? Where is his ability? Oh my god. You ignore 6 soak?
Ignores 6 soak. Yep.
Okay.
And
Great.
it
Oh, ouch.
and it's upgrades the difficulty of its next
Yeah,
check
so the two of us can't deal with computers, and we can barely fly. But
you are very good at combat. So So what happens is, again, Carrick pulls back his bow, lets loose, and it flies over the heads of the Winnu that are fast approaching you, and hits the L1Z1X in the shoulder, and the grav arrow creates like a little mini singularity, and it just like and like cripples his shoulder completely, and he's working with one hand now.
Excellent.
And you still have a maneuver, so that was just an action, so you have a maneuver left, and additional things if you'd like. So anything else that you'd like to do on your turn before Jaina goes?
Step into cover if I can behind one of these things.
Sure. So you'll kind of hide behind one of these coils.
Yep.
Okay. Excellent. And it's Calvin.
Yeah. So from where I am, can I see the Winnu that's on the right here?
You have full vision of the entire room now. And you can see both of the Winnu that are enclosing. It's just that you are essentially one more distance away. So if you fire at either Winnu, it's going to be medium distance.
Yeah, that's fine. I have the gun is medium. So I know that Carrick is already aiming at the big guy. So I know he knows about the Winnu that's in front of the big guy, but I don't think he knows about the one on the left.
Okay.
So I don't want him to flank Carrick, so I will shoot that one.
Okay. So you go ahead and make what?
So I use my maneuver. I use my maneuver action. Hang on. I make my maneuver action to coordinated assault. So the next Carrick will get an advantage on the next combat check.
Okay. Cool. Okay, got it. So make your attack.
And then my roll is yellow, yellow, green.
Okay, yellow, yellow, green. And 2 purple because it's medium distance, and that's just a standard check. So let's see what happens. 3 advantages. So you actually miss the Winnu, but you have 3 advantages to spend to do whatever you'd like with. And again, you can give bonus advantages to the next player to go, and that's up to you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give them all to Carrick. That's fine.
Okay, so hit Carrick.
Yeah. So
basically,
as an incidental, I'm shooting at this. I'm shooting at this Winnu.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you can also. So I will allow you to provide.
I'm shooting at this Winnu, and I'm in.
Sorry, I know internet is like going back and forth, but you can also force the thing that you shot at to get setback dice on their next attack.
Okay, and also I'm trying to tell Carrick that there's one coming up on his left, like shouting at him.
Okay, and that's a good incidental. All right, so the Winnu continue closing in. So this one kind of comes in and tries to make a swipe at Carrick, and we're just going to do this really quick. So they are engaged with Carrick now, or they're trying to become engaged. So that's 1, but they're going to take a step back because Carrick is in cover, and they get this, and that's it. So they actually miss completely. So Carrick manages to like dip and dodge behind the giant coil and manages to stay out of their view. And then the other one comes in and attempts to fire through the thing at Jaina. So it is at short range now, and it's going to do 1 of these, 2 of these, and it's going to take a negative setback because you just try to shoot it in the face, and it's kind of like, oh no. And it does hit you, but takes strain, but it can't, so it takes wounds in its place because it's minion. So it's going to deal you 7 damage plus 2. So Calvin, what's your soak value?
So is it shooting at me?
Yes, through the door.
My soak value is 4.
Okay, so you just took 7 damage. So you take 3 instead. So your armor took the brunt of the hit, but you do take 3 damage. Or 3 wounds.
Okay, that's fine. I have 14.
Yeah, exactly. So you're fine right now. But the Winnu managed to place a very good shot on Jaina, and her armor takes a brunt of it, but she definitely got some damage put on her, and she is not feeling great, and she is, I'm imagining, kind of scary and upset. And there's a crackle of electricity that shoots across the floor plates, and the Winnu that just fired at you, takes a knee as it kind of gets a little like electric shock and is at a disadvantage. So it's currently like, oh geez, it just got like shocked. It's in its full body, and that's what's gonna happen. And then Big Ol' Bad over here is trying to do his thing, and he is going to do a dice roll, and I'm just going to show you what the dice roll is, but I'm not going to tell you what it does.
He also upgrades the difficulty of it twice.
I forgot that you need to upgrade the difficulty when firing against him.
No, well, it's the grab arrow causes
I know.
his thing.
That's,
oh, okay.
So
yeah.
I'm doing this. So this is this. So I need to add those 2. And then he does this. So this is the check. Good job. So he's working diligently with one arm here, but he is unsuccessful in whatever he's trying to do, and it fails. But he kind of slams the coil and tries again, and manages to really fail again. Wait, is it only the one shot that it's the next action he takes? Dane?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so this is actually another separate action, so these are back down to normal. I'm sorry. I forgot about that. So this is actually his second turn. So he gets 1 turn at the beginning and 1 turn at the end of the round. The combat round. So this is the start of a new combat round, and so he's going to try this again. And he still fails.
Okay. Perfect.
Well, that's it. So he is very upset with this and moves. He actually moves over to this one to see if he can start working on this one. And it seems that his arm has kind of like knitted back, and it's usable again. And we're back to you both. You can choose who goes.
Yeah, sorry, I just got a phone call. I need to go.
Okay.
I think we have to pick this up next week. I'm so sorry.
No, that's fine. I can. So I will just pause this right here. I have my notes of what is going on, and we only need another like 20 minutes. Okay, so.
Yeah. So we probably won't split it into another episode, right? We'll just like start recording it.
No, we can even knock this out in an evening, like sometime this week even, if there's a time.
Yeah, for sure.
Dane,
okay. I gotta go though. So
you go. I'll communicate with Dane and I'll get with you. Go ahead.